Please welcome to the stage, Mark Pellegrino with the chant, All Hail Satan!
Mark Pellegrino on the air guitar. Thank you very much. I'm good at the air guitar.
You're really good. I was thinking we should have done like Mark Pellegrino, like band stops and you just do like an air solo.
A little solo. That, it's better in my imagination than I think actually.
How you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. I got some sleep last night, so I'm a little less travel-brained than normal.
That's good.
What, you?
Sleep is good. I didn't sleep as much as I wanted to.
Yeah?
But
did you go out on the town? Did you see Cleveland at all?
I went out in the hotel lobby. But it was lovely.
It was a nice lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of us hung out after the show. I'm always at such a high after the show, It's hard to come down.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's all good. I'll sleep tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, guys, Mark Pellegrino, enjoy.
Thanks, guys. Last day. It's almost over, folks. Everything ends. Including this con. You're gonna leave this con feeling very unhappy. Only because you're gonna miss everybody, because you had such a good experience, right? Has it been fun so far? Yeah! Last night was fun, right? Loud and Swain? Yeah! They're awesome. I'm so happy I got to hear She Waits. It's my favorite song. So we're gonna do the Q&A thing today? We have like 4 questions. I answered all possible questions yesterday. What are we gonna do today? What did you say, shenanigans? We're just gonna do evil shit. There's a Browns game going on pretty soon, isn't there? How are the Browns doing this year? Better? I guess when you lose every game in a season, winning one makes it a lot better. You've won 2? You've won 2.5 games. So it's a big deal. You tied the Steelers? I have one word for the Browns. Losers. I like the Halloween colors though, right? The brown and the orange. I like the Halloween colors. Who's good on the Browns? Is there a player who's like stands out as less sucky than the rest? Rainfield? Gainfield? Mainfield? I'm kidding, I don't know anything about football anymore. I don't follow football. I follow boxing and UFC. Did you guys see the Conor McGregor fight? Did you? Yeah. Bad news. What's going on over here? Are those people?
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Let me get something.
I actually have a throwback question about the movie Caffeine.
Oh wow, Caffeine.
It's one of my all-time favorites, and I was wondering what it was like working with such a great ensemble cast. Like, was there any improv or any especially funny moments?
I don't think there was any improv. The script was actually, was really good. I hate to say this, I was a little disappointed with Caffeine. Has anybody seen Caffeine? Nobody has seen Caffeine except one person. 3 people have seen Caffeine. Well, it's written by this English guy, and the original script seemed very dry, sort of like an office, but you know, set in a cafe. And it read really, really funny. I'm glad you found it funny because I thought the director had a very different vision than the writer. And he made it sort of more of a broad comedy than it was supposed to be. You know? Why do we want to do that in America? Have you noticed that? Have you ever seen The British Office? How many people have seen The British Office? And The American Office? I mean, I couldn't watch The American Office for a while because it was so different. I mean, and I eventually liked it after watching it a few times, but when you compare it to the British Office, don't you think the British Office is better? I'm sorry. Yeah, Gervais, I mean, Carell's great, but anyway, so they just made the comedy a little bit more broad, but it was really, it was a fun experience to work on that with Marcia, and Katherine Hagel was in there, wasn't she? Yeah, before she was a big star. She was really nice to work with. I mean, it was a fun experience. I just wish it were a little less broad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, thank you. Fuck! I think I fucked that question up. What do you think? Yeah? Is it good? Yeah, but it's weird when you say, I don't like a movie. You know, when somebody else likes it, it's just, you know, never mind. I'm digging a hole for myself. What's up?
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm actually a psych grad student, so...
Uh-oh.
I want to say that you guys do a wonderful job kind of portraying the feelings and emotions going on with the cognitions of the characters.
Thank you.
So, when Sam dealt with everything with Lucifer, we saw how messed up he got after. So with Nick, are we going to be seeing kind of what's going on with all of those many years?
Oh yeah.
Being Lucifer's mood suit?
Oh yeah, shit's gonna get real. Like real. Yeah. We're gonna descend quickly down the rabbit hole. Good luck. I'm looking forward to your impressions of what's going to happen in the next few episodes. I told some of you, right, what Standards and Practices did? Standards and Practices actually had to step into a couple episodes and reduce the violence. Yeah, right? Maybe it's a different Standards and Practices for AMC than it is for the CW. Because there's nothing but violence in The Walking Dead, right? But it's silly violence. I mean, the zombies aren't very threatening at all. Are they even, huh? Negan, yeah, it's all the humans that are the monsters, not the... I feel bad for the zombies. Like 12-year-olds are stabbing them in the head, you know. It's bullying. Can we start, maybe we should start a foundation in support of zombies. Right? I think they are terribly abused part of our population. Huh? It's called politics. Who did? Rick tore a guy's throat out with his teeth. A human? Well, I mean, okay. I think I saw that episode, but I don't remember him tearing a guy's throat out with his teeth. He said what? What a bonehead. Did he get salmonella from that? Yeah, it's a bad decision. And the special effects people say, do you want cooked or raw chicken? Why is that even an option? He's from the UK. That explains everything. What's up? How are you?
It's been so long.
Oh yes, hi. My Texas friends.
Okay, I was wondering what's your favorite Vine, if you know what Vine is.
My favorite Vine? I think I used to do Vines for the Tomorrow People, but I don't like pursue that medium. Should I? Is there some awesome vines out there?
Yeah.
For
Really?
example, road work ahead.
I sure hope it does.
What? You guys will have to show me what that vine is, because I'm not getting the visual.
We can send you a few compilations if you want to.
Okay. Are they your vines? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just we've been on the road, so every time we see a road work ahead sign, we were shouting it at the top of our lungs, and we were wondering if you ever do the same thing.
I mean, I shout at the top of my lungs when I'm driving, but not because of vines. It's because I'm crazy. I sing at the top of my lungs. I talk to my dogs like they're human beings when I'm on the street.
They are.
Well, they are to me. But I have noticed pedestrians look at me strangely. Because I do it out loud. I carry on conversations with them. Oh, they're so cute. I miss my Frankie right now.
Aww.
His little white face. He's getting a white face. He's getting a little white on top of his head and on his paws. I'm gonna cry if I think about it. Huh? I don't. Yeah, but I don't want to fly with him. He has issues traveling. Even when I just drive up to Vancouver with him, he's not happy. Like I'm thinking, road trip, just the guys. And he's like, I'm not feeling the road trip thing. He's not happy in the hotel rooms. He just likes home, or his dog sitter. He likes being in stable places. My little buddy. I brought him to a couple cons though. Yeah. Isn't he cute? Yeah, he's my guy. What's up?
I was actually going to ask about pets. If you could have a pet hellhound, what would you name him and why?
I have my hellhound. His name is Frankie. I used to bring, when we just had Frankie, we have Johnny too. Johnny's adorable, but not as adorable as Frankie. Anyway, I used to take Frankie everywhere with me for the first year. On the set, on any set I was on, he'd go to the gym with me, went everywhere, because I didn't want to leave him alone. And I brought him to the set of a movie called 213 that I did, and I used to have to leave him sort of outside, and he'd be, sort of chained up to his kennel, and he'd cry when I was gone. And one of the actors in the show was an actual mob guy, for real, from like New Jersey or something. And one day I was coming out from the set, going to check on my dog, and he had been sort of crying. And the mob guy was like, "It's okay, Frankie 4 inches." So my dog got a mob name, Frankie 4 inches. So if I had a hellhound, his name would be Frankie 4 inches.
Thank you.
Thanks. She's like, that's way too long an explanation. Just answer the question simply. What's up?
Hi, so I was wondering if Lucifer went through the same thing Sam and Dean went through in The French Mistake, how do you think he would react?
Well, he sort of did, didn't he? Like for a brief second in the bar with Gabriel? No? Nobody's remembering this? What?
It's different.
Oh, I thought like the whole switching of dimensions and like that kind of thing. If he met Mark Pellegrino?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for explaining that question to me. I needed the explanation. Wow. I've never thought of that. That would freak me out. I mean, I'm sure Lucifer would be fine with it. I'd have issues. I think I would need to be put on some kind of psychotropic drug. How would you feel watching that event?
I don't really. It would probably be really weird.
Right? You're freaking me out. I got freaked out in my meet and greet today. We started talking about snakes and insects. I don't know how we got on the topic, but apparently the snakes and the insects in Texas are wrong. Moral of the story is do not go to Texas. What's up?
I already knew that.
You did?
Yeah. Not to not go to Texas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the roles you're most famous for seem to mainly be ones where you play either a hallucination or a shitty father figure. And
Life imitates art, or art imitates life.
And so now you've gotten to play Lucifer as both a hallucination and a shitty father figure. And so I'm just wondering what you're going to do now with your life, now that you kind of peaked.
There is an overabundance of shitty father figure roles out there that I could fill. There's no such thing as peaking when it comes to the shitty father role. That's all I got, brother. There's a lot of shitty fathers out there, isn't there? That's an undervalued job, don't you think? It's such an important job, and I think it's devalued socially and on pretty much every level. We let dads get away with too much. What's up?
So mine's a two-parter. It's kind of a philosophy question because I figure you're kind of philosophy and all that kind of stuff. You like that. Is suffering a necessary part of human condition? And then the second part is, what would people who never suffered be like?
Happy? I don't think it's a necessary part of the human condition. I think it's an unfortunate part of the human condition, but it shouldn't be emulated as a virtue. I think, and nor do I think it should be considered metaphysically important. It's something to overcome, and it's something to press aside, push away, and in the interests of happiness. I don't mean that in the sense of repression or repressing suffering, but dealing with it with the eye towards overcoming, a heroic value that suffering is not your lot, it's not what you're meant to do, it's an unfortunate consequence of being alive sometimes, but it's something to marginalize, right? And our rational faculty gives us the ability to marginalize suffering a lot. So yeah, man, to me it's something to end as swiftly as possible and to minimize as much as possible. Suffering, it's not to say that it can't be an element that helps you grow. I think you need resistance to grow, right? With your ideas, you need to debate and exchange and experience cognitive dissonance in order to change and grow and evolve. You need that. You need resistance. We need gravity to be strong. We need something pushing against us. That's not the same as suffering. I think our culture emulates suffering too much. What do you think?
Well, kind of more along what you were thinking. So what would you call it then more? So just like resistance more than suffering?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we emulate someone like Mother Teresa, who emulated suffering. She promoted suffering.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of intellectually and morally backwards.
Yeah.
We should emulate people who produce and enable us to be happier and more fulfilled. Not people who say we should be hanging on a cross and that that's ideal. Is that weird? You're going to say yes.
I don't know. I guess I've always looked at, no, suffering in general shouldn't be something that we should deal with, definitely. But I do believe in the same thought process that, yes, it is something that is kind of necessary for us to grow in some ways. Like, if you don't fall on your face sometimes and get pretty bruised up, you'll never really learn, like, some really valuable lessons. like to watch where you're stepping, for instance, so you don't trip over some task that you should have been doing before, you know?
Well, that's different. I mean, that's different than emulating suffering as an ideal or a value, which I think our culture sort of does. I mean, I do think you need pain to grow to a degree. You need resistance to grow. You need not suffer, right? But I mean, it's certainly a component of living that you have to learn to deal with. So that's my take. I'm just saying. Suffering sucks. What's up?
I actually have a question about being human.
Ooh. Didn't we just answer a question about being human?
I mean the show.
Oh, okay.
Which Sam, Huntington or Whitwer, was more fun to work with?
Well, I mean, Sam Huntington is more of a joker, you know, and very clever, and sort of like a stand-up comedian. So he's very funny and entertaining to be around. And Sam sort of plays along with that. But he and I became closer friends just because we sort of liked the same games and comics, and we had a lot in common in a lot of other areas. So we just bonded a little more deeply. But Sam Huntington is a great cook too. Great cook. So I'm a Sam Whitwer fan. He's gonna be on Supergirl pretty soon. He's playing a very bad man. Are you? You know he's gonna be on Supergirl? Yeah. Has it come out yet? No? Okay. Ooh. Alright, be gentle on him, guys. He's playing a very bad man, I think.
Hi, I just want to say that I work in a psych field, and I love that you just used the term cognitive dissonance a minute ago.
Oh, cool. What does it mean?
You used it.
I like using words I don't know the meaning. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I know that you and the guys get up to shenanigans when you guys are all together, and I was wondering if you could tell us a story from the end of last season, like in the bunker or in the apocalypse world, when you guys had just fun with each other.
Nobody has fun with me. It's true.
We do.
Thank you. That somebody does. No, they don't play jokes on me. I've said this at a few cons, that I'm a little saddened by that. And I don't know why. Am I not fun? Is there something about me that you say when you look at me, I'm not playing a joke on that guy? Like I just heard Alex talking in the green room about him doing a scene where he sort of had to fall down a bunch of times. And every time he fell down, the boys would jump on top of him. That's very nice. They have never jumped on top of me. I want Jared to jump on top of me. Not when I'm standing up, because he might hurt me, because he's a big dude. But if I'm laying down, then I won't get injured. Why don't they jump on me? So my experience in the alternate universe was empty. I'm kidding. But it was devoid of fun like that. Can you say something to them when you see them next time?
I'm sorry?
Can you say something? Don't be sorry. Can you say something to them next time you see them?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. What's wrong with me?
Nothing.
Am I intimidating? Me? Why am I intimidating? I'm afraid of spiders. I would never go on Naked and Afraid in a million years. Like, what's intimidating about a guy like that? Okay. What's that? It's the character I play. But I'm just me, And I'm different than Lucifer, sort of.
Sort of.
So,
Sorry. So you had a lot of great lines over the years. What was your favorite to say?
snapping necks and cashing checks is what I do.
Woo!
Make it a t-shirt. I like that one for some reason. It could be it's the only one I remember.
Understand.
Do you have a favorite one?
I like long time no spooning.
Long time no spooning. That's great because it brings with it a visual. Right? Long time no spooning. Poor Sam. The abuse that he's had to deal with over the years from Lucifer. No wonder he doesn't like him. I don't imagine Lucifer would be a very considerate spooning partner. Do you? He's probably very inconsiderate. Probably won't let you sleep. A little sweaty. I don't know. Other things. What's up?
Hi.